Hi everybody. I got a little happy mail today and I'm gonna show that and just gab a little bit and finish a card. So I tried this week to get a video up, and I was doing the next 3 cards. I believe it was 7, 8, and 9 of Kendra's card challenge, KCC 18, and OBS. I swear I have so many problems with it. But anyway, I'll tell you about that in just a second. This is a little bit of cardstock I got from Cardstock Warehouse. I really like this place. Sean Manley over at Manly Made Minute is where I found out about this place. So they have what they call cardstock samples, so that you can, it's kind of a way to try before you buy. So instead of buying like an entire package of a color and then you find out that you really don't like it at all, you can get just single sheets. So they have a sticker on here to tell you what you got. Come on, focus. So that is Rosso. It is a nice, it's a cover weight, but it's still really nice. It's 285 GSM, so it's still a real nice cardstock for layers. This is the Malva, which it's more of a fuchsia color. So I'm kind of looking at different purples, and that is sort of a fuchsia purple. I got 2 sheets of that because I thought it would be really pretty. This is an off-white. It's called Bianco. And all 3 of these so far have been 285 GSM. So it's a pretty nice weight. It's not heavy like a card base, but great for die cutting or layers. This is their Red Rose, which is a really pretty bright red. I really like this a lot. This is one I was kind of excited about getting. I have not been able to find a nice, like a burgundy color. This is showing up more red on my camera that I'm looking at here. But it's actually more of a burgundy red than a bright red. That's 270 GSM. It's only a 100-pound cover. You really can't tell much difference. Now here's the purple. This is the aubergine, which is eggplant. It's really nice. And I'm not sure what the difference is. So they have different names. These were the Woodstock. This is called Le Sabo. can't really tell that much difference about it. I guess maybe it's just the weight. Nope, because some of these are a lesser weight. So hang on, that was, this was the Dawn. This is the Aubergine. This is called Purple Haze. It's sort of a bluish purple. It's quite pretty. Wow. Oh, yeah. I got 3 of this. It's pretty. It's kind of close to some Michaels cardstock that I have. And that's it. That is just, you know, it almost looks like a piece of chipboard just to keep my cardstock nice. And then I got on their Almost Perfect paper sale, this is the orange, and these packs are only $5.99. So I am almost out of like bright oranges, so I thought I would take a chance and get this, because mostly I use my colored cardstock for die cutting and layers anyway. So if I can get it for a little less expensive, that's a dark orange. Boy, that's a nice heavyweight. It's a nice weight cardstock. And you can see these corners are messed up. Well, I don't know if you can see it, but anyway, those corners are messed up. That's why it's the Almost Perfect. So you might get some dents and dings or a roughed up edge. I've noticed some of them have been, like when they're cut in the machine, they're cut a little bit off. But for $6, I don't care. Then this is really bright. This is a much lighter weight. So that's my orange. And you are just going to be determined to, this is why I usually open the other end and don't, whether it's a stamp set or stencil or whatever, I usually don't open and close this sticky end very much, because it's gonna rip almost right away if you do that. So I usually just cut the top. Anyway, one of my little picadillos. And Altenew, if you're an Altenew customer, a couple of times a year they will send you a little freebie incentive, and I got this today. It's usually a little stamp set. I'm sure that's what this is. Yes, and this is personalized. This is an anniversary stamp, and it is personalized with my name. Now, I wonder how much they spend to do this for their customers. Isn't that pretty? Let me take this out. That's just got such a glare on it. And I want to look at it. So I think it's awesome. I've got quite a few of these now. just use a sheet of my new cardstock here to hold that up and try to get it out of the glare. Some, maybe not. Anyway, it is, sorry. That is really pretty. It says sending smiles, handmade by, created by, for you, thank you, and a little hi. And it's like a little tiny word, hi. Charming bouquet. And it's got, almost looks like little dogwood flowers or something, maybe a little rose in it, and some cute little leaves. I like the artwork on that. So that's just really nice. So if you're an Altenew customer, you probably also receive these. I always just get really excited. And I'm going to try to finish a card. And I'll show you what I did the other night. So OBS. Just, I don't know, sometimes I've made no changes to it, pulled it up, turned it on. I had no sound. And I thought, that's okay. It's only been, it was like maybe 10 minutes into the video, maybe 15. And I was like, that's okay. I paused it. Finally got my sound. No clue what it was doing, but I kept going back and forth and it finally started working. Then it messed my picture up. So yeah, I don't know what it does. It has like a mind of its own because I didn't change nothing from the previous video. But anyway, so there's card 7. And again, I'm trying to like blind everybody with the glare. So that's card number 7. I really like the way it turned out. It's a pretty layout. You can change this up here. Instead of 3 little circles, you could just use a big die cut there. Then card 8 is this hello. This burgundy paper here, I'm trying to think, that was in some order of something I got, and they had that paper like folded around the stamp set or whatever I got. Might have been from Unity. So I love the color, so I used that to cut my circle. And it went really well with this paper too, I thought. So there's that one. I'll probably come back at some point, put some gems on there. And here's 9. And again, I used that paper that they use for packaging to cut one of my banners. And I had these flowers die cut in a little container over here, and took out some of my gold half pearls, I guess you'd call them, for that. So anyway, those are the cards that I made on the messed up video that I couldn't put up. So, and I have not finished cutting all my layers for the rest of them. So tonight I'm going to work on my oldest stepson. His birthday was yesterday, but he's an engineer for the railroad, so he has been out of town. which gave me a little bit of time. So I've been wanting to get this for Father's Day, and it went on sale because Unity Stamps, they have sales a lot. So I got this, I want to say, for about half price. Like I said, I got it for Father's Day, but it's perfect for him for his birthday. And there it is. Have a really great day. Best fishes. Officially retired. Catch you later, and to a real great guy. And this is the fishies over here. It's just one stamp. So I just wet some watercolor paper and threw some watercolor on it, let it dry, heat embossed in gold over the top, and that is the result. So no coloring required. And here's a second panel I did because I wasn't sure how it was going to look or which one I was going to use. But I will use this one for another card. And then I just wanted to see what it would look like on this white. And I will probably, this is heat embossed, black ink, clear embossing. And I will probably just go over this with my alcohol markers. And I tried a background and I hated it, so I had already glued this down. I just cut around it, cut it back out. This is an Altenew cloud stencil with Stormy Skies Distress Oxide stenciled on. It makes the most perfect stormy sky. And then I'm just going to, oh, cat hair, what a surprise. Put this on and put on a sentiment. And I'm hoping this, I took what was left at the bottom of this watercolor panel and stamped it, and I'm going to cut this out. I have to move my cardstock. Everything is a mess in here, of course, as usual. And I used my happy birthday sentiment out of this cute little Pink and Main set. I think that was a question they asked. I want to say when it was it when I was watching the Unity Stamps, they just came out with a new release. And I watched part of that. But anyway, and one of the questions they asked is, when you're doing a card, do you mix and match? Like, for example, if you were doing this, would you only use the stamp and the sentiments that come in the stamp? Or do you mix and match your image and sentiments? I mix and match because more than half the time, for example, this is for a birthday card, and I'm going to do Father's Day cards, but these are not really, so you can make them, because I'm gonna put happy birthday on the front, and then I'm going to, in the side, I'm going to use To a Real Great Guy. But it's not like this has happy birthday to a real great guy or anything, you know what I mean? So I am mixing and matching my stamp set with something from another set. And I'm going to try, I don't know if this little scrap piece is big enough. I might cut this out and sort of offset this to have a little bit of a shadow behind my sentiment. So if you don't have a sentiment that has the shadow die with it, you can die cut it and slightly offset it and just make your own shadow. That was too pretty of a piece to waste. Sorry I'm sniffing, but my allergies are really acting up. And taking my medicine. But I guess the pollen is kind of bad today. They don't usually get me. Oh, and the guy just cut the grass today too, so I'm sure that might have a little bit to do with it. So let's put some glue on here. Get this on here. I think I'm going to do it this way. Oops. I'm going to get it fairly straight. Come on. Or even, I should say. So, and there you have your little shadow at the bottom and the side. So let me make sure that I'm going to like this. I think that's going to be fine. I really struggled with this card. For whatever reason. Like I said, I had it almost put together before, and then I ended up looking at it and just hating the way it looked. So I just cut the other part off, started fresh. And I am not going to put any foam tape on here. I've got a tiny bit of dimension with the black layer behind. Excuse me if I'm getting my head in here, but I want to try to get that moderately straight. And then this is going, I just put a little vintage photo around the edge of this because I didn't want it to be so stark white. I have watched so many videos on masculine cards, done a little card class on masculine cards, and I still struggle with, I did not cut that down, but you know something? I'm going to go for it. And we just won't have a border on this card. Whoops. Come on. Come on. And actually, I don't think I would have liked it with very much of a border anyway, because this comes so close to the edge. So that was an accident, but yes, dear. Really? What'd you see out there? So I think he'll like this. Do you like it? Your tail is in my face. Thank you, sir. Oh, it's met this. It's got the seal of approval on it, and maybe a tooth mark. So, wow. Not sure how long I've been going, but not very long, I don't think. But anyway, that went pretty quickly. Oh, let's stamp the inside since I have y'all here. To a real great guy. I'm going to use this one. Here, I'm going to take these out of this. I do not keep my stamps in these on this thing. And I have I got some little cases for these red rubber stamps. I'll show you. They were not much. Let's see, and I may have shown y'all these before, of course, but somebody may not have seen them. So they're these little cases. They have this where you can put the little sheet in. And your stamps just stick on here. It's kind of like who does it? Stampin' Up. They have their red rubber stamps in these cases. I got them off Amazon, and if I can remember, I'll put them in the description box down below. And let me get my regular Misty. I keep my mini Misty over to the side. Come on. Here we go. Let's see if I can do this since this has that layer in it. Can I get it straight? Here. I've got another magnet over here. Let's see. Oh no. This is so the great thing about red rubber, of course, is how well it stamps. What a great image you get. The downside is you can't see if it's exactly straight. So I'm going to get a little piece of paper here. Paper's not cut straight. That's no help. Okay. And we are going to see if I have this on here straight. I think it's straight enough. Yeah. Wow. First time for everything, I guess. I like that type on this stamp. There we go. Simple. And I like to put a little piece of paper in here just to keep that pigment ink from transferring to the other side of the card. So that is our card for today. I think I got this done in record time. Now I can go watch Craft Roulette. So thanks for watching. I would appreciate it if you would give the video a thumbs up. Comment if you feel like it. And thanks for joining me, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.